Okay, there we go. Good evening, everyone. Hey there, Ayame. Hey, Celia, how are you?
Okay, I'm good.
I'm glad
Can
you
you
joined
hear
us,
me? Everything
Celia.
good?
You should be able to turn on your camera right about now, too.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay.
There we go. How are you, Celia? Good to see you.
I'm just very surprised that I did it.
Oh,
It's
I
good
knew
to
that
see
you
you
could make
too.
it. I knew that you could make it. I had faith.
Well, I usually can, but not always.
Not always. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for joining us. If we can get Ayame on here, we'll be set. Can she hear us?
Yeah, I know. I'm surprised.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now.
I'm trying out the push button to talk thing.
Oh, I see. Well, where's your video? There we
go.
Hey, very cool. You're sitting in the hallway, huh?
I'm broadcasting tonight from a very special location, like I said last time.
Well, it looks great.
Wow, I know. I can't wait to see it.
You might want to just turn your microphone on. That push to talk, we didn't hear a word you said there, Ayame.
I didn't say anything.
Oh, it looked like you were talking.
Nope.
Just me, huh? Just my ears?
I was just kind of talking to myself there for a moment.
Well, that happens. That happens. Well, we should have Clint on here in just a minute with us to join in. He's always got a fun little perspective. But to kick things off, everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is Karmic transmission number 12? 12?
I think it's 13.
One
of us should probably have checked before we started. It was probably
12.
Probably the host should have done that.
Probably. Oh, well, if it's not 12, it's 13, but we're just kind of getting started. There he is. There's that brother of mine.
Hey, Clint.
It'll probably take him just 1 second here. There we go. Hey, brother.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you, man?
Doing good.
Good.
Great. Good timing. I was just kicking us off. I was just getting us started. Maybe you can tell. Do you know if we're on number 12 or 13? Do you remember?
You know I'm not a numbers guy.
True. Your knack was spelling, huh?
He's still waiting for Rex to tell him his age at last year's Karma Q.
True. We did never get that answer. We'll get it one of these days. But either way, guys, thank you for joining us for our Karmic transmission tonight. Tonight, our special guest is Celia Wiscomb. It's actually Ayame's mom, somebody that we've known. Celia, I have to say I've known you longer than I haven't known you at this point.
I know. I don't know that we need to throw around any numbers here, but okay.
Well, we won't do that. We don't need to say that at all. We'll just know that we've known you a long time. But guys, for joining us, you can find us at karmaincarnate.com, also on YouTube at Karma Incarnate or Gaming Good Karma. You can find us at the Karmic Feed on Twitter, also at Ayame X Goddess. What did I forget, Ayame?
That's pretty much everything, but we are at episode 13.
Is it 13?
I just looked, yeah.
Perfect. 1-3. How about that, Celia? You're number 13 for October.
Good thing that I'm not really superstitious.
Superstitious?
I'm good with being 13. We'll see.
Well, I'm glad to have you with us, and thanks again for kind of jumping on short notice. We kind of had a little bit of a toss-up this weekend with our guest falling off, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, no, I'm fine with it. I tune into these every chance I get, and if I can't tune in, I watch them later. So
yeah, well, that's great. And have you enjoyed them so far?
Yes, very much. The banter is I like, and gosh, I learned stuff like the Kenny Loggins thing. I didn't know. There's just weird stuff.
A lot of us are finding out about the Kenny Loggins thing.
Well,
I thought that was a joke, and then it turned out it wasn't a joke. So,
it's very real. We had to wait for that. What is it? The statute of limitations get passed on that one.
On grape theft.
Really talk about it.
So the
Grand
theft of
Theft
food is The statute of limitations is how long on the theft of
I
food?
thought it was like 7 years or so. You know, had to
Better hope.
had to be safe. You know,
Okay.
No one is safe from Kenny Loggins.
true. K-Log, he's got a mighty long reach.
K-Log is coming for Rex.
Is that where Rex is now in hiding?
He's down in a
An
bunker.
undisclosed location, very private. You know, well protected.
Good.
So, but
I'm out of the
Celia,
danger zone.
very much the danger zone.
Yeah, I don't think you get out of the danger zone at that point.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Not if you're a maverick.
I always thought he was more of a goose, but you know.
So, Ayami, you got a cool background. You got some feng shui happening there. What's going on?
Thanks. Well, like I said last time, I took some extra initiative this time. I am broadcasting from the inside of a haunted house. There's actually a storm happening back there. So periodically, is that Brett going by without his shirt?
That was Brett going by without his shirt on. That's
Sorry,
when I
guys.
started laughing.
Oh, if you guys aren't watching this on YouTube, you are
Oh,
definitely
that was
missing
cool.
out.
Sorry, guys. We're done. We're done with that.
Oh,
I saw some lightning. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, there's, like I said, there's a storm going on outside right now where I'm at. I can't tell you where I am, but it's very stormy out there.
well, that's why you're in here staying warm with good karma, right?
Yep, I got my candles going here, so we've got some light. And if I get accosted by any ghosts, then, you know, it'll be a happy Halloween surprise.
So you're really at a haunted house?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
are you working at one?
No, I just snuck in and I set up my camera here so I could do a transmission with you guys.
Yeah, huh?
I love that lightning storm.
No, I'm at my house still. I'm not broadcasting from my office because it's being painted finally. I'm actually in the hallway outside my office.
Well, it looks cool.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Amazing.
I can't wait to come over and see it firsthand.
Yeah, I'll
God, me too.
put some coffee on 5 or 6 years from now.
I look forward to it. Make it strong and black.
Oh. Also, I do apologize. There might be some crashing in the background. So if it gets too bad, I'll switch over to my push to talk.
Oh, you're doing okay. Are
Anyway.
they doing some work at the house still?
Yeah, there's been work going on here for pretty much weeks and weeks now.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be done by Thanksgiving is what we're hoping at this point.
Nice. That'll be very cool. That'll be really cool. So, but the person we brought on to talk to was your mom.
Well, I don't have any cool place like that, so this is it for me.
So for those of you who are not aware, this is, like Jake said, Celia Wiscomb. She's been a Karma agent now for what? How many years?
Oh, many years.
7?
I think it's
Something
been like
that.
7 or 8, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, many years. Yes, we even had Karma down here one time, which was so much fun.
We did. We'll have to add some links to all those old family food gift videos and stuff like that, because you guys were nice enough to let us come down and even host at your house. You'll let us do a barbecue in your backyard. I mean, we got to have the whole Karma experience with you guys, which was really pretty cool. And that was the thing that I kind of wanted to bring up is, and what's so neat, because you are in such a cool place, Celia. You live in Vegas. You live in a completely different state from us, but every month you choose to try to end hunger with us right here in Salt Lake. Even though we've come down there to help you do it too, but you know that what the limitation is and kind of why we're here. And I've always kind of been curious as to what are your thoughts on that? How, you know, do you wish that it was a little bit closer to home?
Well, what I wish is I wish we were worldwide. I mean, the need, right, especially right now, is so great. I'm just happy to be a part of whatever it is that I can do, but I wish we could do more.
Yeah. Oh, I agree wholeheartedly. So, but Has it ever been an issue for you that you're not seeing the impact there locally, like right there at home with you?
Not really, because I follow you guys very closely, whether you know it or not. I look at your videos all the time. Uh, so I feel very much part of it. Now, when you guys came down here, and when I get to Salt Lake, I go to the sticker events. I love to do that. That's fun. Um, but when you guys came down here, I actually got a chance to go shopping with you, which I really, really enjoyed.
Yeah.
It's just as fun and crazy as you guys on the videos that you do.
Yeah, you can tell we're not faking that. It is exactly like that every single month.
But the whole experience was really great. And at the time we talked about doing it, at least once a year, which I was really looking forward to, but life happens, and then, and we haven't been able to do that for a while. But I do know that it will happen again. Mm-hmm. And so no, I don't, I'm fine with not. My biggest regret is not being able to be more of a part of it, to be able to be up there each month and do what you guys do. That's my biggest thing. But as long as I'm helping somewhere, I'm good with that.
Well, you just about brought a tear to my eyes, Celia, because the one thing that Rex and I have always talked about, and it's the part that I'm glad that you said it, is to us it's always been about a feeling, and like you said, even though you're not here, you felt a part of it through seeing the content and watching the videos and being able to participate on the level that you have. And that to me just is incredible, because that's the one thing that we've tried to do from the get-go, is put that much feeling into it, so that even if you're not here, that it is your impact being made. Because that's a very special thing for all of our agents, I think, is that they do get to feel a part of it. So that it just hit me right there when I heard you say it, because it lets me know that we're at least on to something good. So.
Oh, definitely. I just miss the fun of being there with you guys. And but I know that we will be able to get back to that someday. And one of these days I'm going to get back to Salt Lake.
Well, that's because I think a lot of people
back around.
I think a lot of people feel that right now. I mean, we haven't been able to have a sticker event now since March or April.
Yeah.
And wow. We get every single month, we get not only the regular people, but, people that haven't gone before who want the opportunity to go, who are at, like, when are you guys going to start doing them again? When can we do these again? And so I think a lot of people do feel that right now. And it is good to know, even, for me too, to be able to hear that, some of that is still coming through with the videos we do and the pictures we post, because that's why we do it, obviously, is, we want to make sure that everybody sees what we're doing and feels like they can be a part of it.
Well, I actually look forward to those videos. I really, really do enjoy them. So thank you for doing them. And thank you for keeping on, because that's a big thing for me.
Yeah. Well, we couldn't do it without people like you, Celia, and that's what makes this whole thing work, is that, we genuinely enjoy getting out and being able to do those things. And without people like you being involved in it, we wouldn't have the opportunity to do it either. And it's just a really lucky event when we do have that opportunity to get together and do it all at the same time, because it lets us share in that experience all the way around. And I think that's what we as people are trying to do as often as we can, is share in the experience, whatever it is. So, and I really look forward to coming down there and doing it in Vegas. We've done it in Vegas twice. We've had 2 deliveries down there, which is cool. Once all this stuff calms down, we'll have to see if we can make that happen again, because I think everybody's kind of chomping at the bit to get out and do a little something. And to me, I think spreading a little good karma would be a good way of going about it. So
I agree. That would be great.
I'm sure they'd be happy to see us over at that food bank again too.
bet they
It's
would.
like we go to
Oh,
this.
you guys.
We go to like the mega church out there. They have a food bank, and it's the same type of thing as the one here where people can pick their food. It's always such a fun experience going to that. Like it's so different than going to St. James, and it's just that in and of itself is just such a fun part of that trip for me, at least.
Mm.
Well, the need down here is so great. So next time when it's a possibility.
I'm going to make note of that. We'll put that right under the Kenny Loggins Few Day right here on my board. I'll put in.
It doesn't say Few Day anymore. I spelled it correctly.
Yo, you say.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know I spelled it correctly. So I have to go over there and spell check their whiteboard for them.
Hey, whiteboards can.
I'm glad to hear it,
actually.
It's about the understanding.
Yeah, as long as we all understand what Few Day means,
yes,
we should be completely fine.
I don't even want to know how it was spelled.
Oh, you do not want. You would. That's the other thing. It's like, so I get my spelling OCD from her, obviously.
It's the truth.
And it would have driven you crazy to see how it was spelled.
I do have a problem.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty bad. I'm pretty sure there was a 7 in there.
Well, the 7 was part of the D.
That could have I could maybe attribute that to your handwriting, but I don't know about that.
I was scribbling like this. I wasn't,
Oh, sure.
It happens. But so, Celia, the other thing that I was really kind of curious about is, in the times that you've been able to kind of come back and forth and see the differences of how we did like delivering and working offsite, being down there in Vegas and then being up here in Salt Lake, did you think that it was different at all, or was it pretty much consistent the whole way around each time?
My experience, which is fairly limited because I don't get to Salt Lake all that often, but it was, I thought, very, very similar. From what I recall about it, you had to find a place. We had to locate a place to be able to donate, and everyone has their rules and restrictions and their different parameters and things like that. So, but I thought it went really smoothly. I thought it went really well. I thought it was a lot of fun. And no, I didn't see a big difference. I have not been to St. James though, so I haven't been on that part. So I can't really say. But
It's
from
been
what
a while
I know
since we were
about,
able to film there too. So
yeah.
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah, you guys.
Yeah, I don't think we filmed there in like 3 or 4 years.
Right.
Nothing in the parking lot anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
You can't really go up close, but you don't. The delivery is the funny thing is the delivery is really kind of the same because it's getting it to the place, and then the people there usually kind of do their own thing, and the delivery is really one of the easier sides of it. And the reason that I ask is we've always talked about one of the biggest things that Karma can do is our consistency. We can always be there to make this happen all the time, and I've just been kind of curious, and being one of those people that's had the chance of seeing us work it here where we're at home and have all of our creature comforts and, all of our tools and resources, as opposed to us being on the road and scrambling and trying to find, a place to deliver and places to do the work. If it had been any different for you guys, because, that delivery, that consistency is really a big part of what we do, because that's really how you solve a problem. Right, is by constantly addressing it and doing something about it.
Well, and I didn't see any of the scrambling part really. You guys had the whole thing went so smoothly.
That's all in his head.
Well, I was really impressed because you guys even brought, a banner that we could put up, for the filming and stuff, and I loved that. I thought that was just so great. These are things that I didn't even think about, but I thought it went very smoothly. Now, I know you guys have a lot of practice because you've been at it a long time, but that's also one of the things that impresses me the most is, you know, life happens and stuff happens and you guys are so consistent. That's impressive.
Well, thank you. We definitely try. We give it our all every time. So
haven't missed a weekend or haven't missed a month in what, 8 years? Almost 9?
Almost 9.
I mean, every once in a while you might have to switch the date around a little bit. Very, very little. I mean, I've hardly ever seen that happen. I'm just impressed with the consistency and how it just happens every month. It's just great.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And that's because those are some of the big things. And Ayame, I can tell you're hearing it too. I think it's your mom's microphone or push to talk might be give us a touch of feedback is what you're hearing there, right?
Well, I'm hearing some kind of like it's like a
it sounds like a modem from the 90s, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, I
it's
think
pretty soft though.
That might be some audio feedback somewhere.
I was going crazy.
Sorry, what's that, Clint?
I thought I was going crazy, but that's not just me.
Oh no, you are just hearing.
Yeah, I mean that's not. That's a separate. That's a separate thing.
Oh, status quo. Okay, good.
Yeah, don't worry.
I'll keep going to the therapy sessions then.
Yeah, I'm not hearing anything, so I hope it's not.
Is it? Does it? So I'm back on push to talk. Is it doing it now?
It's not on your end. It's
okay.
I think it's
okay,
on. That's
fine.
I'm letting everybody know we're not going crazy. No. Well, crazier.
Again,
we're not going crazier.
I think if you look at the overall situation here, I'd say that there's at least some crazy happening.
You know what it sounds like? It sounds like a microscopic traffic jam to me.
What? What? How would you even know what does that even mean?
Miniature horns a honking.
So it's like all the micro machines from when you were 11 had horns on them, right?
Yeah, right. And
they're all like, you know, in a traffic jam in your hallway, right before getting stepped on by your parents and getting cursed at, right?
Right, honking away at each other.
Now that we can relate to.
I used to have a bunch of ones with little headlights on them, but not with little horns on them.
Yeah.
I think I may have got kind of screwed on that one because the headlights were cool, but
never buy toys that make noise. To all those new parents out there, never buy toys that make noise.
I'm pretty sure they all make noise now, don't they?
Uncles, good uncles give noisy toys. That's how it works.
I'll have to remember that I'll have to remember that for Christmas this year. Noisy toys, huh?
Colby doesn't count as a kid, though.
No, but I know people with younger children now that I can impose that sort of a thing on.
See, now you're getting it. Now you're getting it.
Yeah, I'm there.
And I'm sure your mom knows all about that kind of stuff. You know.
My brother did that.
he got them or he gave them?
Johnny gave.
Oh,
it was you.
Like the drums,
set,
yeah.
A little toy drum set, and he thought that was just the funniest thing ever.
I think it's funny because I don't think I ever saw these drums. I've heard the story many years now.
I'm pretty sure
I was given drums one year for Christmas, and I'm pretty sure I've never seen them.
Pretty sure.
You got toys that you never saw, huh? Well, like
I mean, it was I've been told it was like an actual like drum set, like a drum kit, like just a small one for kids.
No, it's just a kid's thing.
And again, I have literally never seen this, but I have no doubt that it actually occurred.
Oh, my brother thought that was just so funny.
So where the hell are my drums is my question. See, I made up for it later because I got Rock Band and yeah. Fortunately, I was in college by that point, so they didn't have to deal with it too much.
That doesn't quite count.
My neighbors at the time certainly thought so. They thought it counted.
So
actually, it was actually really good because when I actually had it, I was in an apartment. I was on the second floor. but the woman who lived underneath me was completely deaf, so she didn't care.
Oh wow, that was.
Now, that's some luck.
I didn't find out she was deaf though until after I was playing it. So, you know, I probably should have been more proactive there, but I got really lucky.
You were wondering why she never complained.
Well, I was wondering why every time I would leave my apartment to go to school, she would like look over and she'd wave and be smiling, and I was thinking, God, I wonder why she's not mad at me. I always assumed it was just because she like was just calling the police every night.
And they were talking her
and
down.
They were just like, yeah, they were telling her like, oh, don't worry about it. We'll go over there, and then they just never showed up.
Boy, that was lucky.
Well, it's not everybody that can get chased off at 2 o'clock in the morning, you know.
No, that's all. That's just you. That is exclusively you.
You mean when you've got homework to do?
Yeah,
You've got a question about the homework
on a Saturday, and you got things to have, you know. Yeah.
Oh
Questions,
my gosh.
homework, 3 a.m.
One of my
That's why I'm
favorite-
tapping on your window.
One of my favorite things.
All you kids now that grew up before cell phones were a thing, they have no idea how difficult it used to be for us to sneak out of the house.
Not even just sneaking out of the house, just doing half the stuff that we do took major coordination and planning. Like,
like sleepovers. Do kids have sleepovers anymore? Is that
I don't
feel
know.
so old asking questions like that.
A little bit, not as much.
No. Nowadays they probably just get on Zoom and hang out this way. Like, yeah, we'll just watch a movie and then turn in. That way I don't have to go over to a stranger's house and eat weird food and sleep on the floor.
Well, it's kind of weird because like our kids, you'd see them just happy hanging out at home and playing online games or being on their phones with their friends and not actually getting out to hang out with them until COVID hit. And then it's all of a sudden we want to hang out with our friends. So I think it's just human nature to want what you can't have.
hey, that's a good way.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It's a real interesting way of looking at it.
Check in the chat here. Thought I heard something go off. For those of you who are watching live, I am watching the chat. So.
Oh, okay. So, but no, it's kind of funny because that whole wanting what you can't have, it's very basic because it goes all the way down to, you know, why we do karma, which is people got to eat, right? That's one of those fundamental underlying things. If you can't eat, then you're really up a creek, you know. So it's interesting that those needs, right, especially that need to have those things when they're not available, is so interesting because humans are one of the few that can really do things to address it for others, right?
Right.
You know, unlike most other animals, we're one of the few that'll actually stop and assist people and give them help, where a lot of times it's, you know, survival of the fittest, you know.
Elephants help each other out pretty good.
Which do?
Elephants.
Yeah, that's true.
There are definitely some out there, but like of the higher end predators, we're definitely, I think, stand out a little bit there.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah.
Due to our magnificent brains and everything.
Well, maybe some of us. I don't know.
I wouldn't
like
say
I can't speak to mine.
It's my talker. You know.
Talker.
Well, you know, and it's everybody that feels that way too. So it's nice to be associated with those who do.
So Celia, I do got to ask, we saw Brett walking past in the background. Do you make Brett watch any of the videos or any of that stuff with you?
I don't make him. Sometimes hey, you know, look at this. It's funny or something like that. Yeah. So yeah, every once in a while.
Okay.
Does he get as much out of him as you?
No.
No,
I'm sure of that. But you know, I can't even speak for anybody else. But you guys all, I love all you guys. You have a little special place in my heart. So I like watching you, and you guys make me laugh, and it's fun to watch. And it just blows me away that you know that this is something that you've come up with and you've done. And you know, like you said, I've known you guys a long time, just when you were little kids. And to see this happen is just really fills my heart. So yeah, when I watch those videos, it's I think I see them maybe a little bit differently than some people. I'm not sure.
Well, it sounds like a little bit at the very least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it doesn't sound
What's
like
your favorite series,
rose-colored
though?
lenses either.
Well, yeah.
Maybe mom glasses, but
What's my favorite what?
What's your favorite series? Like, which videos do you like best? Like, we've got like the Daily Dose of Karma, and there's Karma 52, and there's the sticker event ones.
Well, I don't know. I like shopping. I think shopping is funny because I'll tell you why.
Okay.
This is funny to me. I don't know why this is funny to me, but Rex dances around and kind of goofs around, and Jake, you're all business, and it's just funny to me.
You hear that, Rex? You hear that, Rex?
Well,
so I like to see that. So that makes me laugh. I love that Daily Dose of Karma. I guess you don't do that anymore. That was just like for a year, or what happened with that? I love that.
So basically what he was doing is the Daily Dose of Karma was he was doing a new video every single day for an entire year.
Yeah.
And at the end of the year, he stopped doing them every day, and it kind of switched over to the Daily Dose of Karma with Rex, kinda, which was more like it started out kind of bi-daily, and then bi-weekly, and then bi-monthly. And
intermittently, whenever he felt like doing it.
it kind of got to intermittent, and then we said it would be better if he did a new series that people weren't expecting to see every day. So that's Karma 52, which is basically the same thing as the DDK, but just more sporadic.
Well, and it's the 5-2 Karma.
Oh, right. It is 5-2 Karma.
Yeah, 5-2 Karma. So
See, even
like
I'm doing it now.
10 or 5, it's 5-2 Karma.
Yeah, it's 5 to Karma. That's why it's like a watch.
Yeah.
So I'm very proud of that graphic, by the way.
Those are great graphics.
Well, you know, I love the graphics. But
matter of fact, I think he's about to put a new one out if he hasn't already.
Yeah.
Well, I like those, and I thought that was very, very clever, very creative, and certainly hard to find something interesting. I mean, if I had to do something every day that would be interesting, oh boy, that would last for about 3 days.
He says, by the way, Thursday is when the new video is going up. Yeah, it was weird, like just watching him do that process, and the whole reason behind it, and
It's really
obviously
cool.
I'm sure he'll talk about this at some point in the future on here, but like the whole point behind it was like something interesting that you can talk with other people about or share with other people every day, but to show people that if you set your mind to something and you commit to something, then you can make it happen. And anybody that does YouTube videos knows what a real commitment that is. Like, it sounds easy.
Oh, no.
And his videos are like a minute, 2 minutes long. Some of them are longer than that, but you know, he doesn't go into almost any of them with just like, you know, just, hey, I'm talking at my camera, bye. And then, I mean, there was, especially as he got better at editing, it was like this, all this music syncing and all these cuts and edits and stuff. I mean, the one that I remember the most is the one where we went to see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 without him. Like, the amount of time that went into that video, considering that he was doing one every single day, still to this day blows me away.
Well, and not just that, but to do it going to Japan and Disneyland and Florida, like literally all of the travel and like you said, Celia, life goes on. But when you are documenting every day of your life for a year, like life, it's very start and stop that whole time because you got to do it. But the commitment, it's one of those things that I don't know that I've seen personally another YouTuber actually do 305
Right.
videos. Like I don't think I've ever seen that. You know, most
Well,
of
what
them
I,
in,
yeah,
and it tapers off. You know,
one of the things I really loved about it was, you know, you talk about all the travel and stuff, but I just liked the day to day. I mean, there were a lot of times that Rex would be going, you know, driving a truck, delivering a load or picking something up or dropping off a truck or doing, you know, it's just the job. And he was always able to, whatever he was doing, first of all, made it interesting. And second, tying it back to karma.
Mhm.
And I just thought it was so creative. Um, I just found it very interesting, and I watched every single one of them. And then I all of a sudden realized after I think I saw one of the 5-2, is that what you call it?
5-2.
5-2 Karma.
5-2 Karma. I thought, well, yeah, whatever happened with that? You know, so yeah, and good. Tell him I'll be looking forward to this one on Thursday.
He's watching. Just tell him yourself.
Oh, hey, I didn't know where he was.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, he's in an undisclosed location.
Yeah, but
He's
he's
in
monitoring
hiding.
us.
You know, Kenny Loggins is like the predator, from what I've been told.
He's stalking him.
Kenny
He is.
Loggins
He wants his
like
cheese back or whatever it was he took. His grapes.
Great.
His grapes.
Just imagine, like he's in that thermal vision. And you're seeing Rex sitting there on the couch playing the NES, and you've got Danger Zone like slowly going in the background.
With those screen wipes and stuff.
Yeah, and he's just standing there. He's invisible. He's got his guitar there, so you see like the shimmery silhouette. But oh my god!
Well, first you hear the little click noises the predator make.
Yeah, but it'd be like a twang on a guitar, right?
Yeah.
But no, he was actually talking about you were mentioning the whole Rex goofing around and I'm more business, and he mentions in the chat, he's like, by our powers combined we form a mullet, business up front and party in the back, you know.
Oh, that's okay, because I'm looking at that, I'm like, I had no idea what the hell that meant.
I had a feeling that one might have gone over a lot of people's heads, so I figured.
I didn't even see it. Oh darn it!
I thought he was talking about my head and your beard.
That's what I kind of was thinking. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
This light isn't very flattering.
Oh, you look fine. It's the month of scares. Everybody's supposed to be in dim light. Jake's the only one who's not playing along.
Yeah,
here.
I've got bad lighting up here.
Oh, I need somebody to make me a cool digital background is what I need. I'm looking right at her too. You should make one.
You're pointing at my mom.
Well, you're like this way.
Oh,
yeah.
So, you know,
well, you know I can't do it.
push on this invisible wall right here. Just.
But no, and Celia, that's awesome. We always love watching, you know, seeing your responses and stuff like that, because a lot of times you've always got such great feedback on all those videos. So you've actually gotten to see the whole gambit of our video making careers.
You've watched them go from terrible to slightly less terrible.
Not at all. I'm always impressed with. I'm just impressed with the quality of everything, and I really enjoy it, and I sure like being associated with it.
Well, we love having you with you. You know, one of the reasons that I mentioned Brett earlier is, you know, some of the changes that we've been making to Karma, where we're going to allow like purchasable items and stuff like that, are actually Brett is one of the people that very first talked about that stuff with us back when we were having a barbecue at your house during that very first Vegas visit. And so it's going to be kind of interesting because I'd like to pick his brain about it a little bit one of these days, just if it's
Oh, that'd be great.
if it gets a little bit closer to what he had in mind, because he had talked about stuff like this initially, and we had a fun little back and forth then, and I'd love to talk to him a little bit about it now, because it's going to be neat giving people the ability to actually participate at slightly different levels, and just being able to kind of curtail the different products to what people are getting involved with. So, and he was one of the kind of the originators of that idea, and then Clint and Nisha really helped kind of drive it home the last little while. So it was one of those things where having good people on our team that are involved with us are how we're going to make this thing go even further. So
Yeah, that's great. I didn't even think about that, but now that you mention it, I remember that. And yeah, it's nice to have people throwing in some new ideas.
absolutely. So that's just seeing him, I was like, I'll have to talk to him.
I'll make him wear a shirt.
Well, don't push him too far out of his comfort zone. I feel so bad for him. We're slandering him all across the internet right now.
If you know what, when I go downstairs and see him and mention it, he's going to be horrified.
Don't worry. Well, we may censor it. We'll see. We may censor it, or more likely, Rex has already cropped it out, and he's going to make it at our karmic brief for the week.
Our karmic.
Yeah, just like freeze frame as he's walking in the background, zoom in.
It'll look like we could kind of blur it like one of the old Bigfoot pictures, so you can't quite make it out, but somebody's back there.
That would be so great. Oh, I would love that so much. Just make it blurry, and yeah, that'd be great. Then
he's doing that classic Bigfoot.
Yeah, the classic walk pose. Either that or we need a Psycho Senior moment, one of the two. I'm sure we can come up with something like that.
I don't know. You know what? I actually, since it's Halloween, I would love to see one of those again this month.
I think Clint's got copies of them. Don't you still have Psycho Seniors, Clint?
If I did, I'm not sure where they're at.
This is the story of these tapes. Like, I don't know if you may have seen it, Jake. It's like, so Cinemassacre, AVGN I think it was last week, put up a video that he made, like a horror movie that he made when he was younger called The Head, I think it was.
Uh-huh.
And it seriously, it is a cross between Bridge to Bluffton and Coven.
Oh my gosh.
And it's so funny because he puts this up, and I guess they're releasing a sequel, but like, to me, like, Psycho Senior is like, it's this lost tape. I've seen it one time, so I know it exists, but every other time I've asked to see it, it's always like, oh, so-and-so has it, or, oh, it's buried at so-and-so's house. No one knows where the copy of this tape is at this point. It is gone somewhere. It exists it materialized in a trunk somewhere, and none of us will ever see it again.
I wonder if Brian has that footage somewhere.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Oh, this is the thing. I don't know what it is.
Well, the movie making, Celia.
I thought you guys were talking about me.
Well, no, the
Senior in high school.
Wow,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, okay. That's better.
So,
Now I know you were talking about me.
Clint is my older brother by about 10 years. And so when I was little, like 4, 5, 6 years old, Clint and all of his buddies in high school were making movies and playing in bands and doing all that stuff. And me and Rex, that's really where a lot of our exposure to stuff came from, was hanging out with our older brother, who he was extremely talented artist. There's a picture over there with me and Rex in it. And he actually hand drew that in pencil.
This one behind,
like a blue
where?
Like
I see.
I don't think
You're saying he
can
drew that
see it.
picture. Okay.
Yeah, no, see, there's this picture right here of me and my little brother Rex.
Aww.
Right here. Isn't that just precious? And no, Clint used this. He actually used this picture right here and then hand drew it in pencil on a great big canvas. and framed
cool.
it, all that kind of stuff. And it won, didn't it win at like the fair or something, Clint?
I don't remember. I don't remember if it won anything.
Gosh.
I'll have to put a picture of it right here. Okay. So for those of you who are not watching live, you just saw a picture of the actual drawing.
Yeah. So, but Rex actually has the pencil picture of that.
Oh, I wondered if I was going to ask if it was still around. God, what a thing to have. God,
Yeah, we've still got it.
Cool.
So it's floating around. But so I say we grew up around that stuff and then had friends, incredible friends that were just as talented. Me and Rex were the ones that we didn't have any talent, but we could sure think of ways to get them to use it. That was,
That's
from
a talent.
dinosaur eggs in the backyard,
That's a talent.
Park to comic books and video. That was kind of our thing. So we were lucky. But Psycho Senior was something that Clint made in high school, and then we
okay.
stuff down the road like Stroke Ninja and everything else. So
okay. And you don't know where it is?
Yeah, it's been lost to time.
Oh no.
Of elder days at this point.
Jake had a copy of it once.
There were what, 3 or 4 episodes?
I think there was 3 of them. I think there was like 3 different ones, and the third one was the best one because it had like the Jurassic Park spin-off, where like you walk up to the car door and like breathe on the windows and stuff.
Oh, right. How cool is that?
Right, that was filmed at the shop. I remember we were dumping Kool-Aid on Ben in the shower or something.
Yep. Good times.
They were great. I hope that we can find them. If we do, we have to post them somewhere because other people need to be exposed to this.
I want to see.
So here's what Mom says, actually, Clint. She says that picture won 2nd place at the state fair.
Wow.
Oh, well, cool.
Rex
Yeah,
he lit a match on his neck.
Yeah, he actually struck a match on the back of his neck in that one.
At the fair?
No, and it's like, yeah, at the fair.
You would have won first prize.
Well, I've seen some pretty weird stuff at the fair, so yeah. No, that's very cool.
Yeah, so it's pretty impressive being able to do something with your friends and family and loved ones and keep doing that into a profession, something to help end hunger, Who'd have thought that all of that, goofy movies and comic books and late night runs to Laser Quest and everything else would have turned into us all of a sudden one day going, you know what, let's take our shot at ending hunger. Why not?
We sure have used a lot of it.
Exactly.
We sure have. They're all incredible skills that we've learned. So
I never would have assumed that working on Lord of the Rings movies in high school would have translated to the business ending hunger at that point in my life.
It's true. That was a great video too. That really was.
I mean, it wasn't as good as Psycho Senior, but there's another thing. There's another one that's lost. So we have, I know Jake, I think you've heard about this before. We had 2 Lord of the Rings movies that we filmed. We had the Trio of Time and the Harp of Ages. Trio of Time was a disaster. I'm not going to talk about that one, but the Harp of Ages we have mastered on several DVDs that are floating around out there. But we did a director's cut version of that one, and it was like 50 times better. Like you can't see Jeremy's face with the mullet anymore, so like it's top tier, top shelf. When Boromir gets shot with a gun, it really feels like he gets shot, and then you don't see the big hump on his back with the knife sticking out of it. That one's gone. That one is gone to time. The editing computer that it was saved on was tragically purged before we were able to save that.
Yeah, that happened like back in high school though. There was only one copy made, and then it went away. I know I gave my copy of that DVD to Miss Barron.
I still have mine.
The only one I have left is A Bridge to Bluffton.
Bridge to Bluffton. We need to have Taylor on here so we can talk about his filmography at some point.
Next. I was actually thinking that we would need to have him on next because he's the long forgotten member at this point.
Oh, I'd like to see Taylor.
Well, he's just down the road from you guys. You
I know he's here. I just don't know exactly where.
How come I haven't seen all these movies?
That's a good question, Jake. Why haven't you been showing him any of our horrible movies?
They were not horrible.
Because I don't know where they all are. And like I said, I've only got one. So I've got to do a roundup of the other ones. And then I'll hold a viewing session here at my house. Totally down.
I have several. I have Trio of Time on VHS. I have The Harp of Ages on DVD. I have Takedown, which Taylor can talk about at his leisure, his cop film.
Takedown.
And I have Bridge to Bluffton also. So I need to get Psycho Senior to complete my personal set, the Karma Incarnate box set.
The Karma High School Edition box.
Yeah, the Karma High School box set. Oh man,
It would be
no
too much
Godzilla
fun.
in our movies.
But and this is the incredible part is that, your mom and your dad were so great to let us do all that filming at your guys' house, working in the garage and stuff like that. It's we've been pretty lucky all the way around to have a lot of parents and people that would get involved and help us out with that stuff. So,
Well, I think we were the lucky ones.
Aw, that's so sweet.
Seriously.
I think Rex is wanting to know who filmed Bridge to Bluffton because
I just asked him. So Taylor filmed Bridge to Bluffton, and and I don't have Warplay. I do not have Warplay, and I need Warplay too.
I don't know that many people have Warplay. That would be a good one to get a hold of.
I should have that somewhere.
Do you?
Warplay was the one that Rex starred in. It was like an army movie, kind of like.
It was a college
film.
Cerebral. Brian was in film school. Brian's a good friend of mine, an artist and a filmmaker, and that was a project for BYU.
Yeah.
It was a foreplay. It was really good.
Well, and it went to Sundance or Slam Dance or something.
Slam Dance, which was a
Dance.
division of Sundance.
Yeah. It was really good. Hey, it had Clint in it. Clint played the really
Fire Blast.
Yeah, Fire Blast. He was the A1 soldier guy. He held it all down. So
You look like a Fire Blast, Clint.
I feel like a Fire Blast.
that was a Fire Blast.
But that's just my heartburn.
Oh, is that what that was?
God.
Well, the good old days. It's fun to think about that old stuff.
Oh, I know. Well, it just goes to show you that we've had so many different experiences and been able to do so many different things that it allowed for us to build into Rex making and editing videos nonstop for 365 days. If we hadn't done stuff like that as kids, we probably wouldn't even be doing something like this right here. Because it's that having that imagination, that drive, and that thought that you can do anything that kids kind of have that makes you willing to look at something so looming and say, no, we can do something about that.
Yeah, that's a neat point. It's interesting to think where your life would be different had you not been exposed to little things along the way or been a part of little things along the way, how it would completely change where you're at now. It's fun to think about.
It is. It really is. So, and Celia, I'm sure you never thought that this stuff would have gone this far, did you? All those trips to Blockbuster Video and everything else. I'm sure you didn't once think that you'd be telling us about making videos.
Okay. Enough about Blockbuster.
I miss Blockbuster Video.
Me too.
Me too.
I'm sure most of us do.
They don't miss me. No, seriously though, you guys were so creative. you always blew me away, the stuff you would all come up with. And, you know, even then I was like, oh, I can't, you know, and you all had so much drive and not so much, you know, just creativity. It was amazing. So I guess I shouldn't be surprised, but Clint, that's a really good point about what the little things that happen that you're exposed to, and uh, building on them, and look what happens, you know? So I think that was a good point.
Yeah, I like to believe that I'm a product of those around me more than just a product of myself in a vacuum. You
Well,
know,
it's pretty cool
I
to hear
am
that.
you guys. I am my family, my pets, my surroundings. That's who I am. And I wouldn't be where I'm at and have all the beauty in my life without it, you know, without everybody.
Well, and hanging out with, you know, attracting people to you that were artistic and creative, um, because of your experience, because of your family, because of who you are. So that's really true.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's kind of interesting, you know, the minute that you said blow me away, I couldn't help but think of a trip to a fire station that we all had to have because somebody got blown away once. But
See, I was trying really hard not to bring that up, and you just completely
hey,
threw it out there.
I had to throw it out there because it's just a great turn of phrase to use all of a sudden, you know, to bring things back. But it's
Are we talking about the Jurassic Park game?
yeah, you know, the one that caused the treehouse to go boom.
Yep.
Literally.
Because that's what
That was
happened. You know?
quite a day, quite a day.
It was a day. It was quite the day.
Oh man. I don't know. You've only got a couple minutes left. Do you think you can
We
you
might
can
have
do
to
it
hang on to
justice,
that
or do you
one
want
for a
to?
little bit later.
Yeah, let's hold that one off.
Let's hold off on that one for now. We'll have to get into that one all over again because it.
I think you need Rex on here too if you're gonna relive the.
Rex
that-
doesn't tell it right. That's the one story that Rex can't tell correctly.
Oh, I don't know. I think everybody tells that story well.
He keeps trying to embellish his part in it. It's like, you know,
everyone has their take.
Yeah, every time I hear that story with Rex, he's more involved than he was, and I'm just like, nah, I don't know.
Well, Jake was the story that day. Jake was the hero of that adventure.
Hero, I don't know. That
is not the right word.
That might depend on who you're asking.
Put your life on the line to save the drunk.
Maybe.
Perpetrator, maybe. I don't know.
Perpetrator, yeah, that sounds about right.
That's a much better word.
Rex,
oh, and here's Rex saying I was the hero. Yeah.
He was Batman.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, Rex was the hero, everybody.
He was the Batman.
the Batman. Well, we got about 5 minutes left. Mom, do you have anything that you would like to say? I mean, what about your whole experience in karma so far and what it's meant to you and all that?
Well, I don't have anything earth shattering or anything, but I do want to say that I haven't sat and thought about how much, contributed or whatever. It doesn't matter. It makes me feel, I know that I'm doing something, and that is very important to me. And I'm not doing it. It wouldn't have been possible without you guys. And that to me is huge. And I just want to thank you. And when I see every month what you do, just without fail, and with the good humor and the full heart, seriously, it makes me proud to be a part of it. That's how I feel.
Wow.
This is pretty good.
I don't think there's anything else that we can say to wrap that up. So
I felt that was pretty profound.
Well, it's from the heart. It's how I feel about it, how I feel about what you guys are doing, and my little tiny part of it.
Well, your part's the biggest part of it, Celia. That's the thing is, without contributors, without people willing to take the challenge and take the leap to go out there and say there's a better way of doing things and this is how, we wouldn't get to do any of it. So we couldn't do it without you, and we're all a part of it together. And that's the incredible thing. Just like Clint said, you know, we're all a part of this together. We're all in this at the same time. I am you guys. You guys are a part of me because we're all just trying to make the best that we can. And that's something that we can share universally with everybody. So it's incredible, and thank you, Celia, especially for coming on tonight. Thank you so much for being willing to jump on here and share some of your experiences and your laughs and stories. There's so many more that we'll just have to get into another time. So
there definitely are. I miss you guys. I love you. I wish I could see you more often. I wish I could see you in person.
Well,
someday
the next
soon,
time you're up
hopefully.
here, the next time we're down there, it's happening. So
great.
It's going to be there. Anyway, hey, man, I'm going to let you sign us off, though.
Okay. Well, yeah, I guess that's the transmission, everybody. Thank you for tuning in to episode 13. We would like to thank very much our guest, Celia Wiscomb, who is a karma agent for 7+ years. It was really awesome to have you. Thank you. Clint, Jake, obviously, it's always good to have you guys on as well. And you can follow us Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. We're basically just Karma Incarnate on everything. On Twitter, we're at Karmic Feed. You can follow me on Twitter at IamAXGoddess. And don't forget, we are trying to get Kenny Loggins to hunt Rex down. So episode 12, hashtag Kenny Loggins, hashtag Karmic Transmission. Get him on here.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
We are seriously, we're going to make that Predator video. We have to now. That is going to be hilarious. And I think that's everything. So, yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us. And we'll check you guys out the Monday after next. We've also got the next stickering coming up. When?
November 5th is going to be the next label event. It will be online, so we're going to be doing that one in a stream again. So
yeah, we are going to be doing a stream. There are going to be, what's that?
Karma goes viral.
Oh yeah, and there's going to be some special instructions if you do want to watch that. So keep an eye open for that. And I guess the only thing to say, like Dina said, is Karma out.
Karma out. We'll have to bring it in.
Guys.
Love you guys.
Love you guys. Bye-bye.